His outlap and
there
finally does spin on the exit of the Variante Alta chicane. Gets going again, but yeah, that's a very slippery part of the track at slow speed, where obviously as you reduce the speed, you lose downforce, the cars become a bit more slippery, or further still, and it's very easy when getting on power to spin them around.
Or we could look at it this way, Paul, such is the confidence of the young Monegasque.
And the air Tim, so that's going to naturally, it's always a car off on the right-hand side.
That's the William Latifi.
You really get out the gravel. This is the obviously the hairpin where Lewis had the get out of jail card last year in the race, where he ended up in the barrier. The race was red flagged and restarted.
We are seeing drivers really struggling, squirming around like high-speed eels out there. Carlos Sainz, the latest to go onto the grass. We saw Lewis Hamilton having trouble getting the power down. Lance Stroll has been off the track. That is Charles Leclerc, and he's had another little moment on the exit of Aqua Minerale, which is what we saw last year or the year before in the wet. Cars going off at Aqua Minerale. It was quite a favourite place.
It's just I should imagine just a small spin on the exit. I was actually just going to praise the Ferrari's traction qualities of this season. We've seen in the dry, at least, that seems to be a very strong point of their car, and I think it's serving them well in this wet session now. But obviously you can always press that throttle down a little bit too hard. I think it's going to be already a moment on the exit of Piratella, and turns into the first part of that.
In Australia as a precaution.
I was going to say, if they put that in him now, that's Lance Stroll obviously going through the gravel down at the penultimate couple of corners on the track. But you can see once you lock a front, downhill braking just goes silent. It's exactly the opposite of what you want to feel. You generally want uphill braking like we do in Red Bull Ring, where the car just stops. You've got that real, de-acceleration.
And also for Kevin Magnussen. Rather bumpier ride for Kevin Magnussen than Charles Leclerc's feeling at the moment, as I think he's gone off down at Rivazza. Once again, please stop, please stop. Didn't do it for him. Back on.
With Charles Leclerc, and he's had a spin. Oh, very lucky boy to keep it out of the wall. That's why he backed out the lap.
Yeah.
That was lucky, like you said, Paul. That could have easily just, if it carried on spinning around, the rear would have then, it would have shot backwards. That would have been quite a hefty whack into the rear of the car. Gets a nice toe from his teammate to finish that lap. 1.7 seconds he finds. The track is getting quicker. The tyres are coming into the zone a bit more as well. The drivers are getting braver, but it's not coming without mistakes. As we've seen from Charles Leclerc, a bit of a scruffy session. Magnussen now goes P3.
Well, if Charles Leclerc's been scruffy, then Kevin Magnussen really does need a comb over, because he's been off the track more times he's been on it. But when he's finding the bit between the white lines, he's done very well.
So Charles was on a good lap at this point before he came, like Paul said, at the top end of the circuit, Variante Alta chicane. The Ravazzas goes P1 with a 29.4.
Watch his head. There goes the porpoising as well. So the Ferrari,
it does do it.
Is that as much or not as bad as the Mercedes?
It's nowhere. It's not to the point where it's A, distraction, and B, upsetting the car when they start to brake.
I'd want to see an onboard with that Russell lap as well.
Savage, wasn't it? Absolutely savage.
I mean, I haven't saw sparks that bad. Not actually total will.
And that's why he stopped. He's beached at Aqua Minerale, isn't he?
I think that might be a red flag, yeah.
It is a red flag. That is a red flag. So on the exit of Aqua Minerale.
And Lando, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just in the gravel.
That red flag might have come out a bit early there. I know he looked beached, but
it's come out too early because he's got going again. So
they'll just end the session. They'll just quickly turn it around, won't they? But yeah.
And in the barrier,
Bottas. Oh dear, Valtteri Bottas on the exit at Aqua Minerale. I don't think he's gone in too hard there.
No, I don't.
I would hope. Yeah, I would hope that there's no damage to that front wing. The man who was on pole here in 2020.
Okay, Valtteri. Can you cover the car?
Just trying to reverse.
Copy.
So the pole sitter in 2020